this is The Robin's Nest by Terry. This is Thrifted Creations, a open collaboration with the hosts are the Grace Life DIY Home Decor and Buckeye Girls Reason Things. Please check out their channel in my description box and the playlist for other thrifted creations. Today you will find Terry painting a wooden bucket in the craft room.
Yeah, food is outrageous. I think Brittany, it wasn't too bad. I thought $8 for a funnel cake was pretty normal. I got a bag of kettle corn. It was $5 for a small bag, which that was fine. And we did not go for the snow cones, though, that were $7. So I was like, I got all that snow cone stuff in my refrigerator, and you guys don't want it at home, but you want to buy it here. So
You lost the snow cone machine.
I do have a snow cone machine. It's on the front porch, on the enclosed porch. That great big one I bought last year. And I got all the flavors.
I thought you lost it.
Nope. And I can make cotton candy too, so they can't complain. How come kids think that if you make cotton candy at home, it tastes different from when they buy it? Because my grandkids are all under the impression that my cotton candy isn't as good as what you get.
The only good kind of cotton candy is grape and watermelon. Those are the only good flavors.
Hi, Jessica. It was. I had a fun trip, but I think now being gone and all the things is just now catching up with me, because I took an hour nap today and a 20-minute nap. I was so totally exhausted. It's been a busy week trying to catch up, trying to do all the things over in the marketplace, and it's been a busy week. Oh, I keep talking about the Halloween sales, but on Sunday night we go right back to every day, and we start at 3:30 on Sunday. There's 11 people selling on Sunday, and those are half-hour sales. Hi, Margaret again. So I'm just going to kind of do, not quite sure, but yeah. Kind of hate to do it in white because Janet's watching me and she doesn't understand why I do white, but I do white. So many times when I do something, I think of certain people. And Janet will always be embedded for a few things. My backwards threes for one of them. I just like to put, I don't know, I guess, I've never really painted or really even watched people paint, because it just doesn't interest me really to watch people paint, because I do it all the time, so it's not like it's fun. So mine's usually kind of different than the way some do it, but it works, so. See if I can salvage enough black from earlier. I'm not sure. I really should be working on figuring out what my project's going to be for tomorrow. I just keep thinking the Addams Family. What it is.
Why?
Because I'm doing Halloween. Oh, hi Jane. Our retreat pictures, yes, they've been popping up quite a bit. And even the ones from 2 years ago are starting to pop up. Hi, Marianne. What's it? Oh, it was in June last year. It's got a little bit of blue, but it'll be fine. It's supposed to look old anyway, so we'll just keep it right in there. Oh, you had it. You recorded my backwards 3. I'm still baffled by that. I don't know why that still. When I do my snowman scarves, I have always taught that you do a backwards 3 all the way down your scarf. And I never noticed that it wasn't really a backwards 3. It was the way the 3 really goes. And so all these ladies in my group, instead of telling me, they just let me believe I was making a backwards 3. When in actuality, it was a regular 3. Yeah. Doing a wet on wet, and wet on wet does not work for me. So if you're just jumping on, this is the project that I did today over in Craft Around the Clock. And the base is right here. So I want the top to kind of correlate. So this is what happens when I don't paint white. See underneath there? Now I got to go back in and paint that white and go over it again. I don't like that. Actually, I'm going to put some orange there. So I got to go in, finish my faces, and put happy here for Halloween. And I think it'll turn out really cute. It'll get me in the Halloween spirit for my project tomorrow. I think for next year, or when I do Halloween projects this year, I'll go ahead and video record them for next year at this time, because it is so hard to get into the whole Halloween theme at this time of year. I don't know how the ladies did so many pretty things. I've seen the sneak peeks, and if you go over to Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, you'll see the auction items will be going down. And so as soon as I'm done here, I'll be making a new graphic, removing all the information about the auction since it's over and I don't want to get anybody confused. And I will be posting the lineup for tomorrow's activities. Now this hole is there because it's missing the ball that was up there. So, and now we're going to have a pumpkin with a face in it. So I'll just have him put a little bit of spackling in there and cover it up. Kathy, are you working on some new things? Yay. It's hard to work on out of the season things. my thing like I did the other one. You did paint them white first? Aww. Wasn't it easier when you painted them white first? I don't know. I've never done it the other way, so. And you know what gets me? And it really hurt. I really can't. Maybe when you're so used to doing something, it looks so odd when somebody does something different. I don't like, and I can't watch it. So if I would have painted the pumpkin first and then went in and tried to do my background and paint around that pumpkin, I can't watch that. It's like, no, why are you doing that? No. I can't. And I can't watch because I have to have my arm down. Something has to stabilize me because I shake. And when I see people painting up in the air and they're doing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you keeping it still? But they do well at it. I just can't watch it because I'm like, how are you doing that? How are you staying in the lines? So, but everybody has their own way, and I guess when you get used to doing it one way, it's hard to watch a different way. Especially when you see canvas people. That's how, I guess when you're on a canvas or you're one of those professional artists, you don't have to have anything down, but I gotta have my arm down. I can't just paint in the air. Like right here, it may look like I am, but my, up by my elbow is planted so that I can stay steady. Grandpa's home if you want to go home. Oh, he brought you your medicine? I'm going to make one down the center, I think. Now it's dark. Melissa's working on Christmas in July. I think I could do Christmas easier right now than I'm doing Halloween. But I feel sorry for those people like Colleen who still get cold weather right now and just got over having all that snow. And I'm like, how do you paint Christmas right now after you've been inundated with all of that? Get a little twist in there. I'm loving these colors. I don't know what possessed me to use them, but all I knew is I wanted a blue background. Actually, I have, sometimes I'll just go to Pinterest, pull a picture, and then I paint it. And mine looks nothing like that picture, but all I needed was that blue background to know that I wanted a pumpkin on a blue background. So, even though it looks like that, I guess mine still didn't turn out very well, but I guess I added yellow. But I love the blue background, so it's like, well, there's my inspiration piece. Doesn't look anything like it, but I like that. And I like the blue. Otherwise, I would have just went in with gray and done it with gray. I like the blue. Get down to 40. Man, you guys just aren't getting any breaks. Well, it's only May. It's only May. Still. Don't go to Florida. The only bad thing about Florida that I keep hearing from people I know down there is so many older people go down there and it's hard to get health care. Tammy, do you love pumpkins? Well, Amy, that's because you were very good at fall. Oh, thank you, Patricia. It's different. I just needed to figure out my background, and that blue caught my eye. I mean, I knew I would never paint my pumpkin looking like that, but I love the blue. And I like the moon, but my moon turned out round. And instead of trick or treat, I put Halloween, so. But it's kind of hard to figure out what you want to do at this time of year for Halloween. Amy, in fact, I was going to send you a private message. I thought about that. Paisley had my phone as we were going to the carnival to tell you that you did a really great job. Your stuff is so nice. Amy had some Halloween pieces, and I love this scarecrow she had on a saw. It was really pretty. So if you guys missed out, you missed out on some good stuff because those ladies are very good at what they do over there. I keep trying to pick up paint in dried paint. And it's not working. So apparently I need to stop and get a new piece of tin foil because that ain't working at the moment. You got to put on your heat. The kids had to put on jackets. I wore a jacket tonight to the carnival. I only went to get Pronto Pups. This place makes the best, and it's local group that makes Pronto Pups. They do have hamburgers and cheeseburgers. I've never gotten those. And their French fries. And their Pronto Pups are only $2. They're handmade. They have their own recipe. And I can make a good Pronto Pup. My relatives up in North Dakota had some Pronto Pup recipes in our family reunion cookbook. And I think it's about the same. But a Pronto Pup has a pancake-like batter. And the corn dog has the cornmeal batter. I never knew there was a difference. Thought it was just an odd name for a corn dog, but they are. Now I don't like corn dogs as well. So I make my own Pronto Pups or buy them. Because every once in a while they'll open that stand during the year. And it's like the moment they say Pronto Pups and we're going to open for this event or that event, you can literally stand in line in this town of about 1,000 people and wait to get a Pronto Pup. It's crazy. And they have like 4 or 5 checkout lines. And $2. It's like $2 for a print-a-pup. I thought that was a good deal. Hi, Leslie. Yes, Amy, you're really good at fall. I was like, holy cow, I can't unsee that. I want to do that. I like that one. I can't unsee it. That's why I never go look at anybody's stuff, because it's like once I see it, it's like, oh, I really wanted. Why wasn't that my idea? That's me all the time. If I do see something, man, I wish I would have thought of that. Back when we did craft shows all those years, it was easy because all you saw were the people at the craft shows. And then you'd walk around with the notebook and you'd take all these notes and say all these sayings, and then kind of do a rough sketch of people's stuff. Did it all the time. I thought I was pretty sneaky at it. You know, we all had the signs in our booth. No pictures, no pictures. And it's like, okay. So I have notebooks filled with all those different patterns, you know, and I'd be sitting there saying, man, I so wish I had that person's booth, or, man, if I had that person's booth, it would be so much nicer. And then you'd get home and it's like, you never had time to do them anyway. And if you did do them, they never look like theirs. And so I got to tell you a funny story, because I learned my lesson on copying anybody's work. When we first started, I bought a lady's rabbit. It was a yard stake, and I bought it, and I took it apart, made them just like hers, showed up at the next craft show with them, and I saw her coming. I was like, holy crap, because I knew what I did. I knew exactly what I did, but I didn't think she'd notice because we were way up front. She noticed because somebody ran and told, and here she come. I saw her coming. My husband's sitting in the booth, and I took off to the bathroom. I ducked out. I saw her coming, and I was like, holy crap, I'm going to be in trouble now. So headed to the bathroom, and I waited till she left. My husband had no idea what I had done. She walked up to her, and she says, we have a problem. And he goes, oh, we do? And then she goes, that is my rabbit on the stake. And he's like, oh? And he said, my wife bought it, and I took it apart and made it. And she goes, you cannot do that. He's like, okay. So he picked them all up and put them back, and I couldn't sell them. And I came back from the bath. He was so mad at me because he knew that I ran on him and I left him in that predicament. She never, ever, she just came, stayed at her case. He got rid of them. She never spoke to me, and I avoided her at all costs after that. Hi, Sandy. I can teach the pumpkin on the teapot. I sure can. I did. Kathy, you know who it was? And you didn't want to mess with that lady. Remember Billy and Jan? And Billy was the man of the relationship? Oh, yeah. She protected Jan at all costs. And I'm surprised Marianne doesn't know them, because they were real big around. They were from Missouri. Luckily, they didn't do shows much longer after that, but I learned my lesson, and I never copied people's stuff again. Now, if I did, I didn't take it to the same show. If I bought it and I wanted to make it, I made sure that I bought it And then mine never looked the same. I never painted anybody's thing that looked like theirs again. I may have used the shape. I may have used an element like that blue, but I would never paint anybody's thing after that. Scared me. That was a long, long time ago. Shoot, I'd sit there and make all those sketches and now when I look at them, it's like, man, these are so ugly and outdated. What the heck was I thinking? And some of that was from when I wanted to be a crafter and wasn't yet. So, I'd go to craft shows and be like, oh, I really like that. I can go home and make that. How many have said that? Because I know I'm not the only person who's went to a craft show and tried to remember it when they got home, and then you got home and you can't remember it anyway. So I don't mind saying that I did that because I know everybody else did as well. Whether anybody will admit it, you go to craft shows for ideas if you're a crafter. I ran. I did sell the bunnies later. They weren't, you know what I noticed? If I copy somebody else's work like that, or if it's not my own original work, I can't sell it. It doesn't sell. So that's why I don't. I don't know if it's karma, what it is, but if it's not my style, people don't want it. Just like my fall and Halloween, people don't want my fall and Halloween, not because it wasn't original, but I wasn't known for it, and it didn't look like my stuff. I couldn't give fall and Halloween away. Oh, Leslie, isn't that the worst? Oh. And people don't really know the difference as to who's in the booth. Have you ever noticed that they will remember if it's the guy? They will always remember your husband, but they will never remember you. I don't know what it is, but my husband could outsell me 10-1. He could upsell, and it's just because the ladies like the husbands. We see it over on the marketplace. The husbands pop on, they get more sales. I don't know what it is. I was talking to my friend Chris the other day, and she's like, wow, I can really tell a difference now that Bruce hasn't been coming live with me. It's like, you need that guy there, so it's like, maybe I should pull Donnie up a chair, huh? Hi, Dusty.
So sit there and do nothing.
Oh. Leslie, that is so aggravating because people are coming and they really, most people, some people that you've been friendly with, but most people that come to your booth, you recognize them, but it's not, something like the marketplace where people actually get to know you. They just come in, they buy, they come back, you're not sitting there in a conversation. But, yep, put your husband in there, Colleen. They love the husbands. On what it is, but I can't get my stem right for nothing. Shoot, my husband could and you know what I think it is too, is because they're not emotionally attached to what we make. And he could upsell. So if somebody bought something, he's like, oh, well, did you see this one over here? That one would really go good with that one. And those ladies were too scared to say no. They'd be like, oh, wow, thank you, sir. That's a great idea. And I tell the story all the time about our 10-day show over in Indiana. And so it was 10 long days. I'd work one day. He'd work one day. He'd go home. I would paint or cut. And we swapped off and on. About halfway through, there was a group of ladies who were selling in a different booth. And one of the ladies came up and said, where's your husband at today? And I said, he's home cutting. And she said, oh, we so enjoy when he's here. And I, oh, thanks. That's all I need to hear. You can go back to your booth now. Because I'm not going to sit here and chit chat. Leslie, as hard as you work, that lady, I don't know how, there's nobody that could work as hard as you did. So she'll burn herself out before long trying to keep up. It's hard though, because with those trucks that we sold, we'd go to shows and there'd be people all over the place with our trucks. But the only thing that sold those trucks is my personalizing on them. That's how we sold so many, because other people would have them in their booth, but they wouldn't sell because they only had one or two, and I had 100 with me, and so it made a statement, and people would buy them because when it just made a statement when you had a big pile. So we always like to have 5 or 6 items that were low cost, looked good, and low cost looked good, and that we could make a lot of them by doing the assembly line style. And that was mainly my husband's work. I didn't really have any detail in it. Kind of think I need to put yellow in here, but I'm going to do white first. Because I'm just playing. I really have no, I'm just going with it. Christelda, how are you? Yay. I hope you're feeling better. You've had a rough time. And I was sitting here looking at Paisley when I said, how are you? Like I'm talking to Paisley, like she was 5 years old. So I didn't mean that in that kind of voice. After I said that, I was like, what was that tone of voice? I was sitting here looking at Paisley, who's not feeling well. I can't even look at another truck. No, I do, and I think there's 50 trucks over there waiting to be cut out. Oh, that's how they told honor when you have, that makes sense. You must not be very far from Canton. I wish I could have went to Canton last month when the ladies from Craft Around the Clock, they all went last month, the first part of this month, but it overlapped me going to North Carolina, so I couldn't go with them. But they all went and looked around and did all the fun things. I did sell a pattern of a truck, and you have that pattern, Judy. Remember you said you didn't have it last time, and I showed you where it was, and then you were like, oh yeah, I got that pattern. It's called, it was the first pattern I ever put on Facebook, and it's called Vintage Truck. I don't even know the rest of it. Something vintage truck. But you do have it. You don't have it, but you have access to it in that group because it was a group. Remember, and it comes with the Christmas tree, the snowman. Was it the flag? And then when I first started my group, I added a cup like the Easter eggs to it, the Valentine's Day. I'm going to give him a curly Q mouth, though. Oops. Missed that. Oh, I'm sure that those trucks would still sell well today. No doubt in my mind, but I think when we started selling them, they were only $35. Last time Darla sold them, she got 75 or 80 out of them at her show up there, so don't underprice them, because those things are a lot of work. I'll send you the link to it. I'll have to look it up. I haven't looked in that group for a long time. Because remember, you also have the scarecrow head and the big snowman head. Those were the 4 patterns I did before I started the group, and the sitting characters. Donna, you did good at the auction today. Let me kind of fill that in a little bit. I think this is going to be the cutest part of the whole piece. I don't know how to sell it tomorrow, but I need to sell it so I don't have to store it till Halloween. Oh, I can do a bite now over on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. That works. Oh, happy birthday, Dusty. Thank you, Tammy. So is it Dusty's birthday? Aw. Well, everybody wish Dusty a happy birthday. She sells tomorrow? Or is it Sunday? No, she has a 15-minute sale tomorrow. I'm just going to pull out some black sticks here just to, maybe we'll have a couple of dead leaves coming off of it. Oh, now I'm wishing I had put a big spider up on him. You had cake? Yay! She got her cake. That's all that matters. What kind of cake did you have? Oh, what? Kind of wish I would have done I got too many. I was sitting here thinking I should have done spider legs and had a spider head peeking around there. Maybe I can, oops, that one's too big. Yeah. All right, let's brush in this mouth a little bit. We can get in there. Red velvet. I haven't had red velvet cake since I was a kid, and I keep thinking about making it because it was my aunt's favorite cake, and it was the only one she ever made, but I hated cream cheese frosting back when I was little. Now I love cream cheese frosting. So I would love to have red velvet cake again. I'm not really a cake person. I loved cake as a kid, but then now it's like, give me the pie. I love the pie stuff. In fact, I went to the farmer's market here in town today, and they had fresh strawberries, fresh rhubarb, and I asked the lady, I said, can I buy some rhubarb and strawberries? And when you come back Tuesday, I'll pay you for the pie. She was, if I had time to bake a pie, I'd bake my own pie. I was like, well, at least I tried. She goes, do you want Steph to make a pie? And I'm like, no, because I won't make it in time and it'll be rotten and all the things. Let's make these dead leaves popping off. I'm trying to get in the mood for Halloween painting before tomorrow when I have to make my project. Actually,
She's doing Halloween now. It's months away.
Well, I know, but it's halfway to Halloween, and next month we're focusing on fall. In July, we're focusing on Christmas. So it was only the really good time to do it. And I haven't, I don't know what I was doing today, but I think for August, we kind of dabble in the vintage sales over on the marketplace. I think that August, with back to school and everything, should be vintage month. And we should do a big event. It would be all vintage sales. One weekend, we'd bring in some vintage creators doing all vintage. That's going to be our theme in August. I got to go into the sellers group and tell them my idea because I think it's a great idea. Vicki, what do I use to seal my wood? Well, I think this is the black. Paisley, would you hand me that can, please? I think that's it. My husband picks this up at our local hardware store. We buy it by the cases, and so, but it's even getting expensive. I can use any kind of clear spray wherever we're at. I buy it from Dollar General, Menards, wherever I can find it. It's just a clear outdoor sealer. After this week, you're switching up to fall. I kind of want to get back into, I still want to do summer. It's hard for me to paint outside of the season, so doing these few Halloween things is really a struggle. I mean, it's turning out, but it's not easy trying to work with these colors. But he has turned out pretty cute. And he's different than anything I normally do. It's odd. Totally different. A little bit darker than the brown. had to climb up in the loft yesterday to even look around for anything old to paint on. Kind of wanted to do another heater to get those out of my way, but I've only got 45 minutes, so. But I should have went ahead and at least started it tonight. That scarecrow that I did on there last year ended up turning out really well. I'm gonna get rid of that stuff. Because we've got citywide cleanup coming up. Man, he's pretty darn cute for not getting in the groove of Halloween. Actually, the whole project's turning out really good. I wish I videotaped this and then just put it up tomorrow as my creative segment. So, actually, I think I want his eyes to be yellow. I don't think I want white in there. I'm missing one anyway. So I got that one a little too big. Let's even put some orange in the eyes. I'll tone down that yellow a little bit. Oh, that's where that hole is. I was like, what? That's the hole, so it's going to have to stay there. What brush did I use for that? You want to scratch some yellow in on here. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Sandy. And Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Yeah, he is turning out cute. I hope my project tomorrow is just as good. Oh, so for my softball and candlestick, I could do the same pumpkin. Remember, I wonder if I can, I'm going to take this craft paper and roll it up into a cone, because I know I've seen somebody do that before, and make the stem to put on top of the baseball. I just want to cover up some of this white and kind of, I don't know why, but I just feel compelled to make it yellow. Anymore when I paint, I'm just going to go with my instincts. I have noticed that if I quit fighting the process and just do it, it just flows so much easier. With no idea ahead of time, just start and it develops on its own, because I have no, this is not my style whatsoever, so I don't know where it's coming from. But it turned out good, and I like that yellow in there. Maybe we need yellow up here. Just a little bit though. me just scratch some yellow in there. Man, now I wish I would have done him on a regular. Oh, wouldn't he be cute as a door hanger? That would be cute. Okay, so there's, we're going to leave that. I'm good with it. And then we've got, so this will be the top. Oh, this is a really cute piece. I hope I have some ribbon to put a bow on it. So there we go. I know, but I don't have any Halloween ribbon. Yeah. So let me, now I know what to do on the bucket. Because we're going to change him up. And right here we need to put happy. I think this is the best Halloween piece I've ever painted. Actually. I think it's all that alpha music I've been listening to. My husband's come over here the past 3 or 4 days and he's like, what the heck is that music? What is that? It's not even music. It's like brain waves, or I love it. And I'm like, kind of like walking into the house and we got every voice or American Idol playing. And when you go to YouTube, you just look up Alpha Creative Music and you play that in the background. And I've been listening to that more. I'm finally getting out of the Judge Judy deal after years of me and Judge Judy. I can recite almost every episode, so. Is it Yanni? I don't know. There's a lot of them. I'll have to look him up. No, this is just alpha beats and kind of wave. You know, the like radio dial waves when you're searching the radio. I don't know. Don't know how to explain it, but if you put on creative music, it's supposed to make you more creative. I really think it works. And I really think that these now need to be yellow dots. And I don't like my faces now. And hit them all with yellow. And then look at that. That tones down that white so much. What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the cat. I think he must have a hairball.
Oh.
I heard him doing that earlier today.
I thought it was like a stranger wiping, like the window or something.
The cat that we took to the vet the day before yesterday that got chewed up by a dog on the last quarter is doing so much better. He's up walking around. We got him some antibiotics. The vet shaved around the wounds and they look so much better. All right. Well, I'll probably have to finish this tomorrow because I don't like the face. I did, but now I kind of want to make it, this was more cartoonish. I want to make it more scary like the other one. So we're just going to get rid of them. All that work for nothing. I was so tired when I went on Craft Around the Clock today. I'm surprised it went this smooth. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to look up Yanni. I just go with my instinct, and when I'm finished, Jane, I'm sure it's nice. You know, sometimes we're our own worst critics. Like, what I just did was probably good for some people, but I didn't like it. It's like I need different faces on there. I love the background. I love the trees, the orange, the yellow. When I started this, my husband spray painted it black, and then I went over it with blue and then black, and then I did my white on this part, and then some yellow and some orange, and it all came out well. So then go ahead and base coat it in, and then my granddaughter's staying the night. I'm going to take her home because she's tired and has a headache, but she wanted to come over here and sit with me, so... Now, what I should have done was taken a picture of this so you could have seen the difference. And I'm getting rid of those stems because now they look like a tomato. And I don't want a tomato. So now we'll just make it look like a haunted scene instead of a cutesy. Oh, ladies, I am rocking the CPAP machine. I'm doing really good with it. I'm getting scores of 96, 98. You know, what was it back 30 years ago? And we would be happy to do things. Now I'm 60 years old and I can say I rock the CPAP. So now I'm excited when I wake up to see my score. Today my score was a 96. I'm trying so hard to get a 100 score. I get a score on how well I sleep. So that's my new contest now. Is what kind of score I get on my Rispacare thing. Deborah, it is good. I attacked the pumpkins. Oh, they'll be better. They'll be better. I just wasn't feeling it tonight. I want to give them more, and they were cute. I'm not saying they weren't cute, but I want more putting that scarier face on there. It won't go with the cute. So it was either redo this one or redo the lid. And I like the lid. So these are going to look more like the lid so they go together. Oh, that darn Santa phone. Oh, that Santa phone was the hardest thing in the world. And it took me, what, a year to finish it? All because this is why you don't read comments sometimes when you're painting. Because I thought I had it all done. And then somebody said, he doesn't have a twinkle in his eye. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, he doesn't have a twinkle in his eye. So I had to start all over. And I don't like painting Santa because it's hard. Thank you, Anne. I love the lid. So I've got to make the lid pumpkin look like these pumpkins. Otherwise, it doesn't go together. Oh no, you guys. Guess what? I didn't look at the lid. And now the lid is going to have the back and the front. Look at that. I did it wrong. You want to see me black out the top now? I do wear my nap. I do wear it when I take a nap because it ups my score. And it also will tell me how many minutes I wore it. And today I had a 45-minute nap. So it's like a game now with me and my CPAP machine. I like it for naps, but what I don't like is sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll have a panic attack with that thing on my face. So then I'm trying to yank it off and all the good things. Oh, they won't know. They will, because look, it's a separate piece. It is totally the back. But I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to do that. But that's what I get for not paying attention. Kind of really wanting another corn dog or Fronto Pup. Yeah. Paying wet on wet and it's not going to stick. So I feel really old when I wake up in the morning and the first thing I want to do is see what my score is. But it takes a while for your score to show up. So Kathy, if you have a CPAP machine, you can download an app and it sends the information from your machine to this app. And then it tells you your score, how many events you had, how good your seal was. Then I get up and I tell my husband, man, I rocked the CPAP this last night. I'm getting good at it.
I'm still laughing about when Porter ran face first into the mirror. That was funny.
We went to the carnival tonight and they went into the House of Mirrors.
Mirror maze.
Porter just ran straight, planted his face right in a mirror. Kind of hurt.
And then when we were walking, I told him to go one way, so I got in front of him, and then he knocked his head on the other mirror when he tried to move over so I could get through.
Okay, since I have this black part of the eye that's going to be showing through, I'm going to cover it again. I'm going to let this set overnight and really let that paint dry up so that I can paint a new face over them. But I like it better already, even if I didn't do anything to the pumpkins, even if I didn't put a face on them. Well, I can't get enough white on my brush at the moment. Here. All right, it's coming together. Tomorrow I'll come back on and we'll finish those 2 pumpkins. And it'll look really cute. I like that.